Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of We Know Everything About Nothing.
You what?
We're gonna before we start, this is the second time we do it on a fucking car. And I'm just gonna go ahead and ask, do you like it better when we record in the car? Or I mean, I doubt anyone's gonna answer, but hey, if
nobody
they do,
watches the show.
Nobody watches this except you 10 people who just managed to screw back in and watch the video who I don't know who any of you are. I don't even know if it's like bots.
You know half of them.
I might know half of them, but I might know none of them when they're all bots. You know, this could go either way.
I'd rather have bots than nothing, I guess.
I guess, yeah. But those 10 consistent views we sometimes get, consistent sometimes. Let us know in the comments whether or not you like this setup better than the house one. Just to see if we can maybe do more of these. But hey, we're actually gonna go watch
Killer
Keemstar.
Whales.
He's doing a little movie over at
Mustang GT.
He's doing a movie about Alex, The Revenge of Alex. We're gonna be watching Hacksaw Ridge in about
What's that?
oh my god, were they?
No. Remember, this watch is ahead by like 17 minutes.
In about like 2 or 3 minutes. What's that movie about? You know the story.
I don't know what this movie's about.
You do?
Oh, you told me?
Yeah, last video we talked about it. It's the story about the pacifist soldier who went to war as a medic.
Well, it might be that. Yeah. Alright, so I know this story.
Right, what do you
possibly
think? Yeah, possibly.
So as I know it, there was this guy. He went to the military, but he's super religious, and he's like, I can't kill another man. So they're like, well, be a medic. And he was a medic, right? And the way he was one of the, he had this story where he would just keep going back to the front, getting wounded people out. And even though they would be like, yo, we can't go get them, he's like, I'll go by myself then. So yeah, apparently there's this medic. He would go save people. He's a badass because he wouldn't kill, but he would save people from both sides, I think. And if it's that story, then sure, cool.
That seems interesting. If it's not, then I guess we're in for a surprise. Apparently, I've heard a lot of people say it, and I'm actually really surprised and skeptical about it, but apparently, this is the movie to watch, not Arrival. Apparently, this one is better. But I don't know how to feel about that.
Well, does God come down and tell him, Heptapa?
Hey, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about that. I don't know how to feel. I like Mel Gibson. I don't like him as a director. I don't think he's bad. I don't think he's good. You know?
He makes us too many details.
I don't know. I don't know. Andrew Garfield, I think he's a great actor, but I've never seen him do anything outside like stupid roles, you know? So this is a serious thing. So I guess we're gonna see. But I'm really skeptical about this movie. I have no doubt that it's good. It's probably good. It's definitely good, actually. But I don't think it's gonna be better than Arrival. We're gonna have to see. And especially war movies. You know, war movies are what else are you gonna do with them?
With my time?
With a World War II movie. Like, we've already seen so much. So for you to...
I mean, nobody ever covers the cool fronts. I mean, the cool fronts apart from the ones we always hear about anyway. It's always D-Day, Stalingrad. So they used to do Italy a lot. But yeah, nobody does, like... For example, nobody does the French versus the British in the Holy Land. That did happen. Even though the French and the British were allies against Germany, they were fighting each other off in Palestine.
That's probably because we live in America, and you know, usually the movies that come around. Actually, usually the
European movies.
Even the European movies don't do British ones.
Right? Like, I've only seen one movie about what happened in Poland, and it's by Polish people. The quality is meh, but you know, I liked it. It had potential to be even cooler. It was about when Germany invaded Poland, they tried to get Gdansk, which is literally like this. If you look at a map of Germany at that time, it's literally this tiny, well, not tiny, it's a port city in between mainland Germany and, you know, Königsberg. And Germany's objective was, all right, we'll get it. You know, and the first thing that happened was the Navy shelled it, and then they surrounded it, but they couldn't take it for like a few weeks. And the Polish soldiers kept fighting, even though they were told to surrender.
Oh, I've heard about this.
Maybe. You know, or nobody talks about the fight for Warsaw either. Warsaw also took a little bit of time to take. You know, and that's just talking about Poland.
Right.
We could also talk about, nobody does.
Yeah, the World War II movies are oversaturated in the same areas.
Yeah, it's like where we've seen this a million times. Nobody ever does the Desert War. You know,
no one ever does that. You're
and you
right.
know how awesome it would be to see the Germans do good for once. You know, I get it that it was a bad regime, obviously, but you can't negate how badass like the Desert Fox Rommel's advance through North Africa was. You know, and seeing the British.
I mean, you could make a really good tragic story at the very least.
I've seen one Italian movie about North Africa from the point of view of the Italians. It's meh. It's really meh. There's barely any fighting.
Right.
But it's also kind of cool because it's about the soldiers' lives, you know, and the theme is, oh, well, everybody gets 3 and on your 3rd one you die. And the main character, well, he starts running out of luck. So that was actually kind of cool. It's an Italian, obviously it's an Italian movie. I think it's called On the Firing Line. Go translate that to Italian if you want. That movie's alright.
It's interesting.
Nobody does Japan versus China that often. I've seen them from both China and Japan have movies about
this. No one does Japan
but they're okay. They're okay. I've only seen like 2.
No one even does Japan versus the US. Outside of Pearl Harbor, at least.
Right.
Oh God, sorry about that angle.
Right, nobody does that either. And you could also do, although no, there have been movies about the marine, you know, landings. I think.
Not blockbusters. Not that I remember. Okay, the problem with like these movies.
2 movies on when Market Garden.
Oh yeah, but the problem with these movies is that they always come out and it's like, oh, best war movie since Saving Private Ryan. So then I go here and I'm like, okay, it hit me. And then it doesn't. And I'm completely disappointed and I hate it.
You know, one of my favorite movies?
This one says that apparently it's the best war movie since Saving Private Ryan too, by the way.
Jesus, they all say that. You know, one of my favorite movies from World War II, it takes place in Stalingrad. Which actually, you know, even though it's been covered, 3 times, I think.
Okay.
This one was by the Germans. It was by a Bavarian movie company. It's called Stalingrad. I think I told you about this. It's really good. You know, it goes into a fairly different direction though with the characters. Mm-hmm. But man, it's really cool to see the German side of war.
It's good to know.
So I recommend that movie. It's really cool. It's a really cool watch, actually.
That's interesting. Anyways. We'll probably see you in about 2 hours, which is probably like 2 or 3 seconds in your time, and we'll let you know how it went. And we're back.
With Killer Heptapod.
How was that movie?
Where do you want to eat?
Where do I want to eat? I don't know, anything cheap really.
Where do you want to eat? Everything's cheap.
Taco Bell?
You get like 2 nuggets at Wendy's for $5.
Yeah?
Yeah, you can get 10 nuggets.
Let's do nuggets. So the movie, huh? It was something. It was long. It was something. I don't know how to feel about it.
It's not better than Arrival.
It's not better than Arrival. Okay, let's talk about what's good about the movie first. What works?
The ending.
No, but legitimately, what works about the movie?
The ending. Honestly, they spend way too much time on the first 2 parts. It's bullshit. I'll admit the visual war was really well done. The practical war was really well done. Really good.
I like the fighting scenes too.
The fighting
that was
scenes
nice.
were pretty damn good, but then again, of course.
I mean, they weren't perfect. It felt too much like, I don't know what the hell that was. It was something. It was Rambo mixed with like this.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna say that's not how they fought in Japan, because I know the Japan fighting was very different from the other front, but it definitely had some Rambo moments which seemed off, and then it also had some really like purely shock value gore moments that also
why the jump scares?
So many stupid jump. We're not gonna talk about the bad now. We're talking about the good. They had some nice camera angles.
It did.
I think the movie makes itself beautiful when it wants to.
Yeah. That's it.
The end. That's it. That's all it does good. What does it do bad? Okay. Okay, first off, it's not the romance, and it's not just the romance, it's the boot camp. Because they could have done one, but they needed both. You can just go into there if you want. Oh, we're going to Wendy's. They could have just done one, but they had to do both, you know? They had to do a romance for the first about like 30 minutes, and then the next 30 minutes and then some was boot camp. And you know, I'm not saying that the romance is bad. It just had no place in the movie, you know.
Like they could have done those first 2 parts entirely with like flashbacks, and it would have been shorter and better.
Yeah, you know. But like after a while, I was kind of bored.
I was really bored.
And in the boot camp, you know, they're
Way
trying
too
to
long.
not just too long, but not only did they try, Colonel liked it, but
the first half of boot camp.
Like the
funny.
FMJ, I didn't think that was funny at all. I thought it was forced, you know. And watching Vince Vaughn, by the way, try and be all sergeant, and they did that. Show me your war face. They basically did that.
They tried to do 3 callbacks to other war movies.
Yeah.
They did that to FMJ. They did the scene from Enemy at the Gates with the snipers.
It's just like besides that whole weird. I felt like it was weird, like him just being the sergeant from FMJ.
It was okay.
It wasn't a bad thing because it sets grounds for, you know, what type of person Desmond is. Right. The characters, the way they introduce the characters, ridiculous. Okay, for comparison, how do they introduce characters in Saving Private Ryan? It's actually really smart. The only character that matters is Tom Hanks. Everyone else is a main character in a way, right?
Not really.
But the only ones that matter at the end, everyone in that boat that Tom Hanks goes in, they're basically characters.
Yeah, but
and the only one that matters are the people who survive. That's how they introduce the characters. Because there's a whole lineup of people who die, and then when they finish up the D-Day invasion, they're like, who's alive? That guy. Congratulations, you're now part of the cast. That's how they cast them. And how do they how do they give them exposition? Through the brotherly bonds that the translator said that had happened in war. You know, they mocked him for it. But that is how they expose these characters, and I think I'm using the word expose there wrong. But that's how they introduce them, that's how they make them likable, and, you know, you suddenly know so much about the characters, right? But they didn't stop to, like, kind of, like, introduce them like that. Meanwhile, fucking Hacksaw Ridge is like, oh, that's the greaser, and that's this guy, that's that guy, and it's name, congratulations. That's it? No, like, that's, first of all, it's too quick. And second of all,
I don't care.
You know, I don't need the names. I need to know who they are. But whatever, you know. Apparently that's enough, just the names. And then boot camp ends. The war starts. The war was interesting.
The war was already.
It worked.
Ongoing.
It was ongoing. It was the combat scenes. That was they made work with that. There was a lot of slow mo. I didn't like that.
It was kind of out of nowhere too.
Yeah.
The movie left me feeling exhausted.
Yeah, for good or bad.
Bad.
Yeah, not like Black Hawk Down.
Oh, but Black Hawk Down is a fucking, like, you feel like you were in there.
Oh
man.
yeah, but God, not this one. You feel like you're in a movie that's too long and needs to end now. That's what that feels like. Like when people get shot, right? So they have this pretty nice practical effects for the corpses and the people who are bleeding out and stuff. But when people get shot, it's pure like video game CGI.
Oh, the CGI is so bad.
Oh my God, it's so bad.
It looks like a commercial from World of Warships.
Oh, the fucking the Navy looks like a fucking World of Warships. The brother didn't matter.
The brother did
You
not
were talking about that. After a certain point, the brother just stops existing altogether.
Yeah, as soon as he leaves, he's out of the picture.
The dad didn't.
The dad didn't though. Yeah, I know. But the brother just.
The brother
did not.
That's it. They don't even talk about him. They don't even mention his name.
Yeah, and the girl as well. It's like whatever.
Oh my God, I don't even want to keep talking about it. You know, it's just so.
Too much into it.
I'm gonna give it a fucking forgettable 4 out of 10. What about you?
It's a 1 or a 2.
Well, we hope that we didn't completely piss you off with our honest opinion, but honestly, it's just
you go watch it.
Yeah, you go watch it. It's nothing. It's just I don't know.
Bad.
Thanks for watching. You know, we'll see you next time, hopefully with another video.
Go watch a good movie. Go watch Stalingrad. Go watch Enemy at the Gates.
Waterloo.
I can't ignore certain parts of Enemy at the Gates. Go, because no war movie is perfect. Because they do. I think the only war movie that doesn't have romance is Waterloo.
But romance isn't bad.
Romance is done horribly in war movies. They're always.
Yeah.
I'm not saying romance is bad. I'm just saying I'm tired of the usual suspect.
I agree. But I don't know. If you were gonna let us go watch a different movie. We're gonna get some food. Thanks for watching.